I have Denice, who is here with us from SDG&E. Good morning.
Your other new friend, right?
Yes. So tell me a little bit about this program that you guys have just started.
Well, first of all, I want to ask, how do we get a job like this, Allie, where we could just lay around and eat all day?
Yes. No kidding. That's a good one.
Yeah, right. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about our pilot program. So as you know, we've had the goats out here for a couple of weeks, and we actually looked at a couple of the other fields that they've already cleared. And from what you and I were talking about, you were pretty impressed with the fact that it's been eaten down. And some of the cool things is some of the benefits of what these goats are doing right now is not only are they just eating the weeds, but they also eat the seeds. So that way it helps for the replanting and regrowing and things like that, so they don't regrow as quickly as possible. So that's one of the really cool benefits.
Yeah, and so talk a little bit about why you guys have done this and where you think that you might be doing the goat grazing in the future.
Well, right now these guys are going to stay here for probably like another week or so, and then from what I understand, they're also going to stay in the Chula Vista area. They're going to move down the road just a little bit, and then from there they're going to go up to Carlsbad and do some goat grazing up there in Carlsbad, and just kind of in the process right now of, like we said, this is a pilot program. We're checking it out. We're making sure that it works for us.
Yeah, and of course people probably know that you guys frequently are going clearing areas, making sure to keep the area safe, especially wildfire season is 24/7 here in San Diego.
One of the things that you and I talked about earlier is the fact that this is about brush clearing, right? So what we're trying to do is ask people at home to do exactly what we're doing here. Obviously, probably not with goats, but we want everyone to step outside either today, tomorrow, maybe this weekend, and kind of look around and see what can be cleared and go ahead and clear that, because if we clear it now, it won't burn later.
Yeah, very important stuff. Goats still all around, several goats, in fact, everywhere. And I'm going to start with Denice here, who now has the kid over here from SDG&E. And so tell me a little bit about this pilot goat grazing program.
Well, first of all, I have a quick question. Why does life just seem so much better when you have a baby goat in your arms?
Yeah, no kidding.
You and I have had such a good time this morning out here, right? Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the pilot program. So we've had these guys out here for a couple of weeks at this point, and I think right now we're taking a look at some of the pastures that's already been cleared, and then we see these goats here that are doing their thing. And they're doing their thing, and they're also clearing the grounds here. So the pilot program's going on here. We're going to send them over to another field over in Chula Vista, and then maybe from there they're going to go up to Carlsbad.
Yeah, and so talk about why use the goats. Why has SDG&E said, you know what, this is a program that we want to start?
Well, the goat grazing is absolutely amazing, mainly because it's an environmental thing to do, right? It's very organic and a really cool way of kind of cutting the grass. I heard someone call them four-legged lawnmowers, which was kind of an interesting way of doing things. And they can get up in areas where other tractors and maybe lawnmowers can't get. So they kind of just do their thing. As we've been hanging out here, they're just laying around, munching on the grazing on the grass, and kind of they eat the seeds too, which is really nice. So that way the seeds don't replant themselves. So that's a really big benefit.
Right, because typically you guys would use tractors and lawnmowers to clear areas, especially wildfires are obviously a concern in San Diego. This is another way that you can get that done.
Yeah, the goats, it is a pilot program right now, so some decisions are still being made, but they would be in partnership with also using the tractors and the lawnmowers as well. So we would still be using those, but this would just be a nice addition to the team.
Yeah, and with summer coming up, you do have tips for people. You say, hey, look around your yard as well. You guys are doing the same thing, looking around, seeing areas that need to be cleared, and people should do the same around their home.
Well, that's the thing you and I talked about just a little while ago, right? We want people to walk outside of their homes, take a look around and see what can be cleared, because the thing that we want people to do is to go ahead and get rid of it now so that it doesn't burn later.